This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Become a member, because remember, you probably are one yourself. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter was not suitable for his own children when they were young, and he was a permissive parent. And yet he behaves this way anyhow. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between character, situation, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the expressed written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. And remember, kids, rules for layouts. It's your layout. Do what you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you what to do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday to those of you out there. Let's see. We have 17 here. Let me go to my list and see who's here. Colin, nice to have you, sir. Paul as well. We have Ray. Always honored to have you, sir. And Joseph. Definitely a pleasure. I am doing fine. Today was a bit of a hard day because a lot of teachers were absent, decided to give themselves a 3-day weekend, and the rest of us were trying to cover everybody else's butt. So I had to give up my free time and planning time to help out the situation. I don't like to do that at my advanced age, but I did it today to help out. Let's see. So Joseph, again, always up. Jason is going to be hanging in the background. But I hate to tell you, it's too late. It's already the weekend. Friday's the weekend. Tim JD is here. Awesome to have you. It's just, you're one of those people, man. If you're not there, you wonder what's wrong in the world. Let me see. Whom else is here? So Tim JD is Lee from Anfield Road. Nice to have you here. Tim from Tim's Train is here. Hope you're feeling better than you were earlier in the week. I hopped into your live stream. Okay. I hopped into your live stream, your one you had yesterday, but it was just ending because I just got home from work when you were wrapping it up. Hey, Carl is here. Bang, got your buck. Nice to have you. As always, Leslie Gilpin. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. My chat screen just went nuts on me. So Bang got you junction. I think I said Bang got your buck. Sorry. Predictive reading. Bang got you junction. Carl is here. Awesome to have you. And do it again. Split Rock is back. So apparently you didn't learn your lesson last week. And hey, Richard Brown is here. Richard, I got your package. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Every weekend's a bank holiday when you're retired. Indeed, I've got a little bit more to go. I'm not turning back. People keep telling me, yeah, you'll change your mind now. 12 months, a year from now, I will be out. Actually, a year and 2 weeks, I'll be out. Hello, Steve Childers. Nice to have you as well. So what's new on this side of the world? I hope you are all fine. I'm fine. It's been a pretty good week. The week started with 82 degrees Fahrenheit. So what's that, about 27 Celsius? Around 27 Celsius. Now it's about 59 degrees, which is what, about 14, 15 Celsius? So it's definitely a switch, maybe 17 Celsius. Usually pretty good with conversions, but I'm a little out of practice. So this week on Monday, I got another delivery from Germany. It was the rest of my little train. So when you see it coming around, you'll see there's another passenger car and the control cab, or what we call in German, a Steuerwagen. I elected... Oh, those cameras are going to be goofy today. They've been fine recently, but today they're acting up. I elected not to get the matching control car from ESU, which made the other cars in the set. I elected to get a Roco one because the Roco one was already AC, and I didn't want to have to convert the ESU. ESU makes theirs so they can go AC or DC. You just have to adjust with it, but why adjust when you don't have to? So I got a Roco one instead, and I like it. It fits in. The color match is perfect. So I'll try to highlight it when it comes around. I think I get you guys all seasick if I take my camera here, but maybe if I do a small camera and pull it out here, you might see it there at the end, and the wobbly hand here. Not that you would really tell much of a difference. Let me see where we at. Yeah, I'll get you all sick here. Maybe I'll put it in my right hand. My right hand doesn't shake as much. So now that train is complete. 5-car set. I mean, I can make it up to 9 cars, but 5 cars. But you can coming in. But you'll see that more. And let me switch off of this before I get you sick. Too late. But you'll see it as it comes around. I'll try to enlarge it as when I get the trains going. So again, how is everybody doing? Let me see. Did anybody else come in while I was messing around there? Nope. So it looks like we've got about 21 people. Last week, you guys remember that a lot of people were posting links and they weren't working. Apparently that was a wide glitch because I went into a live feed later that day and they were posting links and it wasn't working. What's interesting is all the links you tried to post and got deleted by the Google team, whatever the hell, they're in the live chat replay. So all the links that were blocked are actually now up on the live chat replay. So I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but yeah, that was kind of a crazy thing last week. And then we seemed to get it sorted itself out. But it was not just my stream; it was many streams across YouTube, if not all of them. And yet now they're all in the live feed replay. Is it weird that I watch my live stream? I like to read the chat. I go back and I look to see what comments I missed so that I can think to give those people answers when we come back the following week. I really try to do that. Lastly, hello, Benton Road. How are you doing, Jack? I have finished writing all of Matt Clark. It's done. The full ending is done. Right now, the way it stands, I'll have today's episode and then 2 more episodes. There's 2 more episodes after today. Now, the last 2 episodes are both going to be a little longer. I think one is 15 minutes and, it'll be about 12 to 13 minutes. The other one, probably closer to 15 minutes. I can't gauge how long they'll be because I haven't done the voices yet. But basically, the way I write my scripts, it's basically 2 minutes of time, 2 minutes of action in the video for each page of script I write. It's usually about 2 minutes. And the script for next week is 6.5 pages long. And the script for the following week is already at 7 pages long. And, well, it was at 7 pages long before I finished it, and I added like 2 or 3 pages. And there's a scene in there I may go back and rewrite before I film it. Hey, Alan, how are you? From Dragon Junctions here. Tim, Joyce and even people in chat have been asking me what comes after this story. I really don't know. This wound up, when I started writing it, I thought I would do it in about 9 jokes, 9 episodes. I really thought I thought Matt Clark I would do it in about 9 5 to 10 minute scenes, and obviously it's become a monster because as I started writing, after I wrote the first 5 scenes, which I wrote in basically a 1 or 2 days setting, I forget, but I just wrote and hammered them out and loved them. And then I took a week or so off, wrote the next couple of scenes, and then I started getting writer's block and struggling with some things. But I always write a plot out first. I just take a sheet of paper and basically say, okay, here's the characters I'm planning on including, and here's where I plan on going with them. And those plans do change. You know, I don't lock myself into stone, but at least it gives me an idea of where I'm going. And so, like, the Matt character really hasn't changed much, although there is an event coming up in today and the next episode, no spoilers, where I did kind of change part of the plot that I originally planned. I've changed several parts of the plot, but there's the main plot and then subplots, these little side stories and bits. And the thing I'm always proud of is that I don't just throw a joke in. I don't just throw a joke in and let it go. Everything comes full circle. Everything gets full circle. There are jokes that maybe you didn't catch as setups in scenes 1 and 2 that are coming back in scenes 14, 15, 16, well, today's 16, so 17, 18, and 19. There are jokes I set up early in scenes 1, 2, and 3 that I had planned on putting in. I didn't plan on being 19 episodes, but I did plan on throwing those jokes in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get trains running and then answer questions and babble a bit before we get into the next episode. Alan, that was an awesome clip, man. That was like professional production. So thank you for posting it. I love how creative people get. I love creativity. I love it. I don't want it to sound contradictory. I love creativity, but I love people who are like, this is what I am, simple and plain, and this is what I do. That's why I love so many different types of train channels. I'm more into, do you like running your trains? So whether it's a small oval on a table or you've got the most elaborate layout, it's the personality of the presenter and the fun they have with it. And that's what draws me in. So it was awesome stuff. That was a great little Facebook bit you did. I mean, you could tell people your name. I won't give away information you don't want given away. But yeah, Alan posted a really cool cab view video. I got to make sure I'm remembering. A little cab view video of his layout, but he posted on Facebook as a hint of a main video. Anyhow, I said start trains and I didn't. So I am going to go to the DB4K camera and let you see this guy coming through the fully consisted train now. So here he comes. And then catch him on the 11 lane here. And then there you can catch him in the distance on the B. That's kind of a cool view, I think. And then now you can catch him on the long view. This is one of the stupidest things I get so silly with myself about. I'm pointing to my screen like you can see my finger and where I'm pointing. I'm like, now you can see him going up here. Here he comes up the ramp. Catch him coming into the station, and I still haven't fixed that, nor has that pillow or chair been moved. Ah, well, it is what it is. And then Village View. And so now all of you guys get a nice little tour around the layout one more time. And let's go to the multi-view. Let's go to scene 3. Let you guys have the multi-view. Hey, Ed Sutherland, awesome to have you here, sir. Great to have you. My wife always tells me, look in the camera when you're talking. I always look at myself. Look at the camera. I can't help it. I love myself. No. Is the drain... No, I did not add you guys in. I was tempted to, but I already felt like I was writing so much. I did not add any named YouTube characters because the minute I started adding one, I needed to add everybody. The minute I did that, it wasn't just going to be you three. It was I would start adding everybody. That's why I was asking if you wanted to be in it, send me a small picture of your head and I'll throw you in the background as a character picture. Maybe, I don't know. People are asking me, am I going to do a sequel? I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, I created what I consider some cool characters. And at the risk of sounding egotistical, I mean, I do have an ego. I keep it in check. I'm very pleased with what I've done with this series. And I'm very pleased with the last 3 episodes. I really felt I developed the plot well, even with all the stupid jokes. Now, whether you like the plot or not, whether you like the stupid jokes or not, I can't speak to that. But I really feel like I did a nice job developing a plot, developing some side stories, and creating some silly characters. So stuff like that isn't going to go away. Those characters will be in the back of my brain. And so something may spark it and I'll start a new series. But at the same time, somebody, it's hard to remember, and I think I talked about this last week. This started with Randall Ellison. I think I blame Mystic Southern Railway, John at Mystic Southern Railway, but I think it was Randall Ellison. He and I, one live feed, were talking about old TV serials. And we talked about Hawaii Five-0. Some of you were in on that. We were talking about Hawaii Five-0 and all that stuff. And then somehow we talked about, a railroad detective. And then Randall brought up that there was an actual American TV show, Matt Clark, Railroad Detective. And I started making jokes about it during the live stream, and I was just sitting up there, Matt Clark, dun dun, Railroad Detective. And then I just started doing a couple of quick bits off the top of my head to make it silly. Well, I got offline, and later that evening, my brain started writing the plot. Hello, Sparky. Hello, Sparky. How are you, sir? Timber Surf has joined us. Welcome. And so when I am a creative writer. I mean, yes, my profession is a teacher, but that's only because I never made it big as a writer. I did have a book published, but obviously it didn't sell enough for me to quit. But I also am a failed stand-up comedian. And failed because I was always too scared to really try it. But anybody who knows me knows that when a silly bit like that gets stuck in me, where I'm thinking about it after I do a quick bit, because sometimes I'll do some quick jokes online and then run off and, forget about it. It's done. I did the joke. It's over. But like writing the songs is still in me. I've actually got a couple of songs that when I'm done with Matt Clark, I'm going back to doing some songs. Sorry to your ears. Hey, Kieran, there you are. How are you, sir? Yeah, Sparky, I got home, saw that you were on live, and was trying to watch you just as you were wrapping up. I saw you mention all the other Friday shows. You didn't mention mine that I caught. Maybe you mentioned it beforehand. You didn't mention mine, though. I'm hurt. After I wiggled my eyes at you last week. You're still mad about the Canadian accent bit, aren't you? Anyhow, so I just ran with it, and then it just grew. And then as it grew, it's like you guys throw out ideas, and I love the ideas because they make me laugh and they might spark something. That's Sparky again. But at the same time, I would hate to write somebody and somebody say, that's my joke. It's like I really want it to be mine. That sounds selfish and idiotic, but it's kind of how it is. I want it to be mine. Yeah, it just, it's turned into, think about it. It's going to be 19 episodes when I'm done. No, 18 episodes when I'm done. 18 episodes, 1 episode a week. That's 4.5 months. 4.5 months of episodes. I've been doing this and writing this and filming it for 4.5 months. And I love it. But I love it more when I go back and read your comments and you guys are commenting on it or liking it, or when I post the separate video up and you guys comment on it. That's when I love it more. I mean, there are jokes that I think are funny. Joyce and I have watched it. My kids have watched it. We're sharing it with friends. And a couple of colleagues at work have now seen it or parts of it. But what makes me love it is if you guys have a positive response to it. I mean, I would love it anyhow, but what keeps me going on it, I mean, if I came in, you guys all said that was stupid, I might write it in a notebook and ignore it, but never do an episode. But if enough people give me positive feedback on it, that's why I love it if you guys comment. I'm not after YouTube hits or anything like that. I'm needy. I want the feedback. I want to know that you guys thought it was funny. If there was a joke you thought was funny, I want to see it typed in the comment section or afterwards, you know, during the live chat or afterwards. I need that. That's what I feed off of. Yes, you did. That's all right. No, Sparky, your Helix is awesome. I mean, I've seen guys build that modular where they sell the pieces and do it. I don't know if you bought it modular or if you just are cutting it modular. I know there's a couple of companies that sell plastic versions of it. And yeah, I mean, they are easier to make than doing it yourself. And there's always a pride in doing it yourself. But me, if I were to ever have done a Helix, it would have been, I wasn't going to make it myself. I was going to buy the modular pre-made sections that you just stick together. But if it doesn't sound wrong, it looks so much sharper and nicer. I hope that's not offensive. You had a cool Helix, but I know you also had problems, and you did great work building it. But at the same time, the new Helix, there's just something about it. It's just so smooth, level, cohesive. It's just, it impresses me. Hey, there's Gus. How are you doing, Gus? I'm just waiting to see. So anyhow, what am I running today? It might be easier if I go to the 11-lane view, although nobody's here. I've only been changing out like 1 or 2 trains lately. So we're still running the metronome, the double-decker metronome, which specializes in past commuter trains. We have the IC2 is out today. That's an IC2. Now the difference is, even though the cars are basically the same double-decker, the IC2 is a high-speed train. They're allowed to go, that train can go up to 205 kilometers an hour. So that's what, about 130 miles an hour? And the metronomes are commuter traffic. They're restricted to 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. And this red is a federal-owned single-decker commuter. You know, I've got a double-decker red commuter. And then this is the Austrian Railjet, who's going much slower than he should, because that is also, or a Czech Railjet, not Austrian, the Czech Railjet, which is going much slower than he should go, because he is also a high-speed train. And I'm waiting for the last guy to come around. Also, you can see my little red DMU is in the background. He'll be coming into view here in about 3 seconds. 3, 2, up. There he is. And then coming down, we still got one steamer. I did take one steamer off, but I got one of my Rheingold still on, because as long as we're doing the Black Mamba story and we're on the Black Mamba, I am running a steam train just to celebrate the Black Mamba. Now that's the one thing, if I were about 10 years younger and my hands would let me, I would go out and find a cheap black locomotive, maybe a model of the big boy, and I would modify it and make a model of the Black Mamba, which would never be allowed to be seen in public. But I would actually go buy the pieces and make an actual Black Mamba. I would customize build a Black Mamba, and yes, I would have it working. My steam locomotive is a German Class 18. Class 18.4 specifically, Class 18.4. It is basically what's called the Württemberger C-Class, but a couple of my German train enthusiasts argue with me and say it's not Württemberger C-Class, although Class 18 was the Württemberg C-Class. But apparently 18.4 doesn't count as Württemberg C-Class. So let's go to the all view again. Let you guys just pick which camera you want to stare at. I haven't had flickering for a while, but these two cameras today seem to be arguing. Don't know why, but it is what it is. And we have fun. Oh, speaking of which, I want to adjust this picture again. So I want, do it again, the 11-lane view. I want to unlock that. So I can move this guy over a bit. There he is. There he is. All right, we'll call that good. Hey, Randall Ellison is here. How are you, sir? Hi, Heath. Has anyone seen Anthony Dodge, Model Train Outsider? Nope, never seen him. I hear he doesn't really do anything. His layout never changes. He's not worth watching. He thinks he's funny, and he's not, so I don't watch him. If I were you, I'd just go to Heath's page or Ray's page and see somebody that actually accomplishes something. Hey, Hardcore, how are you, sir? Oh, I'm seeing more names, but there's actually fewer people. Go figure, a lot of people left. Ah, well, what can I say? People come and people go naturally. Let's be natural. I know, I went into Heath's chat on my live feed, or on my lunch. I went to his live feed on my lunch, and then in the middle of my lunch I got called and asked if I would cover some classes for missing teachers. So I had a bunch of like two, yeah, it was just two. I had two different classes piled into my classroom, so I couldn't watch. Normally on a Friday I have a free period for about 50, well, I have a lunch, and then I'm free for about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's put it at that. About an hour and 15 minutes. So I usually can hang in Heath's chat and watch. And last I saw, he was doing the turnout bit again, and he got it working. But then he was hearing the click, click, clicking as he was trying to do the hand controller. I don't know if that led to problems or not. I hope not. I hope it all sorts and it's working well, so hopefully he didn't burn anything out. Never liked sliced bread. Sliced, not sliced. I like bread. I don't care if it's carbs. I love bread. That's one of the joys of traveling to Germany, all the different breads. And it's not just German breads. You go into bakeries, and there's so many different types of bread. And then there's an Italian guy that sells Italian bread here, and this French guy's got all these French breads. It's so. Oh, he did burn out a second turnout? Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's all right, Heath. I saw that they were doing a firmware update, but did he really burn out a second turnout with it? Sourdough bread's good. He melted another one. Oh, man. I'll stick with HO. It can handle the higher. Because N gauge and Z gauge are so touchy with the voltage or amperage, whatever part of it you want to talk about. Yeah, they're so not happy. And they're so touchy. N-Gage is awesome, and to the guys who do it, but the minute you try to automate it and do some of this stuff, it just, no. Hey, if people, you know, I keep hoping one of these days I'd have like a 50-member chat. I won't say that's a goal of mine, but it's kind of a pipe dream. Like one day have 50 people show up. But Joyce has decided 30 likes. Joyce wants 30 likes every live stream. I don't know why 30. Maybe it's because we're always near 30. But Joyce is disappointed if I don't get 30 likes. So she used to always ask me, how many likes did you get? How many likes did you get? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't look. And I'll know how many dislikes I got. Oh, I got a dislike last night, and I'll be upset by it. Heath live stream is Friday, F-R-Y. That's a good one. Sorry, Heath. But I'm never disappointed. The only thing I'm ever disappointed with is I'll be disappointed with me because I don't get any work done on my layout. But in the end, I'm doing my thing. I'm running my trains, and I come here and I babble for 2.5 hours on a Friday afternoon for me, evening, night for some of you. And some of you are actually crazy enough to come, and weirder, some of you are crazy enough to keep coming back. And I appreciate it. I'm thrilled. It's not a false modesty. I am amazed people come back. My daughter will come over and say, Dad, we were watching. We were just in the background. Because my daughter works, and she works from home. And now she's got our grandson, of course. And she was telling me last week that she put the live feed on the TV. She put my stream on the TV. I think it was 2 streams ago. She put the stream up on the TV, and she says, Kyan, my grandson, heard my voice and was kind of like, I know that voice. I thought, so that was nice to hear, that he was responding to the voice. Yeah, last Sunday, Sidetrack Sunday, was very funny. And I love that. The Christmas one, and then last Sidetrack Sunday was very funny. I just wait, and then towards the end, when everybody's hit their silliest, then I start throwing in my comments. And according to Randall, I had the Hall of Fame comments in there. Everybody's funny, but I like to choose my spot and throw in a couple. And so now, my favorite joke was the sewer joke, and then brought to you, hosted by Ray Gas Bubble, Jason the Drain Freak, and Rick Get the Snake Bailey. That was one of my, I like that joke by me. I like that joke by me. Again, there's that ego. I was funny when I did that. The downward spiral. It should be. It should have been the downward spiral. But the funny thing is, it's so interesting, the reactions through the week on your guys' feeds, or when you post videos and talk about it, because you all talked about it in your various things you posted since then. And you all talk about it really went sidetracked. Well, isn't that the name of the show? I thought the whole point of Sidetrack Sunday was that, yeah, it's a bunch of train guys, but we talk about anything, kind of like my stream here. It's train guys, and I do run trains, but it's, just joke around and, shoot the breeze or shoot the shit, whatever you want to say. I think we were laughing. And the thing is, a couple of you, I noticed in videos later, you apologize. Oh, maybe we got a little too bawdy. Maybe we got a little too adult. Maybe, I guess, if you're worried about that you're listed for kids or something like that. But that's why my channel is listed not for kids, because I will drop curse words in here, and my sense of humor is not for little kids, even though My kids heard my sense of humor even when they were little kids. My kids grew up with eyes wide open because Dad didn't hold back in front of his own kids. I used to have to tell my kids, all right, you heard Daddy say it, but don't say it in school, and don't say it in front of Daddy. In fact, cuss words in my house were called daddy words, because I do cuss. I do cuss. I cuss like a sailor. And Joyce can drop a couple of cuss words now and then, but she doesn't tend to. But she will now and then. It's not like if she cusses, you don't go, oh my God, Joyce. But definitely a lot less than me. But cuss words in our house were called daddy words. So, Dad, AJ said a daddy word. Which one? The bad one. Uh-oh. And then my son would come in. No, Dad, no. I said fudge. I said fudge. She's lying. You know, and you get that. But yeah, now my kids are also very... my kids also need to be careful when they're around children. But, you know, I sort of have a George Carlin attitude about it. Words are words. Why can you say poop, caca, doo-doo, number? We even gave it a number 2. You know, dookie, doo-doo, manure, fecal matter. But you say one four-letter word and it's bad. Either the concept is bad or it isn't. I never understood that about cuss words as a kid and as an adult. Why can you say all these different words, but one word that means the exact same thing is a bad word? I never understood that. Never got that. Do cuss like a sailor. You were in the Navy. But not the YMCA in the Navy, right? Got the rental van, still trying to figure out how to operate everything. Been there, done that. Excuse me, I just rented this truck. How do you start it? Hey, Andy Ambrose is here. Nice to have you, Andy Ambrose. Did anybody else come in that I missed while I was ranting about words and language? If I did, I apologize. I'm trying to scroll back. Andy Ambrose is here. Awesome. Just to be words are words. And I know there are points and places where they're not appropriate. But they're just words. And there's another George Carlin bit. If you've never done this or never heard this bit, you need to do it. You will laugh in hysterics. Here's what you do. Jot this down if you've never done this. To show you the difference between what words are truly bad and what words should not be bad, go rent a Western, a good killer Western, or a good war movie. And every time they use the word kill, substitute the F word, the same form of the F word. You will never laugh as hard. Think about it. Take what I'm going to say and substitute the F word. Your old cowboy Western. Sheriff, you killed my brother, so my men and I are here to kill you. We're going to kill you good, Sheriff. We're going to kill you slow. Just any movie, war movie or Western, every time they use kill, substitute the same form with the F word. It's hysterically funny. Unless you're a prude about words. If you're a prude about words, I'm sorry for calling you a prude. Hey, Andrew from March West Junction is here. Boulder Creek is here, I believe. I finally figured out your name is James. Is that right? James at Boulder Creek? That's from George Carlin. I remember George Carlin doing that in a show when I went and saw him and talking about that. Take the word kill and replace it with the F word. So again, I don't know if I just tend to leave the multi-view up, but again, sometimes you like to see bigger pictures. I just wish this one I could do this one in 4K because it's really nice in 4K and you can really see the trains in the distance and the trains coming up. I call this view the up the ramp because it's one of the views where you get to see the cameras, get to see the trains up close. Although I'm going to be modifying position of cameras by next week. I ordered some new tripods, mini tripods to put the cameras on. So I'm going to be adjusting them and maybe putting them a couple a little lower and get them closer to the trains now that I'll have some tripods. Yeah, the 7 words you can't say on television, of which really only 2 are left. The rest you can say on TV now. Yep, Tim, Kill Bill 1 and 2 would be. Did you kill him, Gladys? Yes, he's dead. I actually told my students about that once because we had a lesson on bad words. Because in level 2 of German, I teach the bad words. I teach the German bad words in year 2. I got a pimple, man. What the hell? Yuck. How did 57 years old and got a pimple? Sorry about that, guys. Vanity came in. Yeah. But I told that joke to, while talking about the dirty words in German. And the reason I teach the dirty words in German is because the students look them up and they mispronounce them. And worse, there are clean words in German that sound just like the dirty words. It's like in French, the word for shit in French is merde with a D, merde, like M-E-R-D. It's actually M-E-R-D-E, but merde. The word for Wednesday is mercredi. And little French kids will cuss. They'll go, merde. And the teacher's like, what? Credi. And they'll do it like that. You know, they'll change shit to Wednesday. See, in English, they don't sound alike. So I teach the dirty words in level 2 to my students and say, now I don't ever want to hear you say them again. Now I tell the parents, I say, I'm going to be teaching the dirty words in German and here's why. If you don't want your kid in the class that day, and I've been reported to the school over years and they're just like, you know, technically the teacher's got a point. You know, you get the Karens out there. I'm sorry to use that new nomenclature, but you do get the Karens that are just going to complain. That's totally wrong, and my child should not be exposed to that kind of behavior. Oh, shut up. What do you think your child's going to see in the real world? What do you think your child sees at home all the time? Hey, Roy, how are you? Hey, Split Rock, you already mentioned To Kill a Mockingbird. Think of the, was it Steven Seagal movie, Kill or Be Killed? That's a totally different one too now, isn't it? Kill or Be Killed. I think they say that in prison though, don't they? Well, the F version of it. Yeah, and that's the other thing. In German, the word to drive is fart. And so an exit is an Ausfahrt. An entrance is an Einfahrt. They will ask you, how was your fart? So, how was the fart? How was the drive? Yeah, the word for drive in German, a trip by vehicle, is fart. And then anything related to that, such as on the highway. An exit is an Ausfahrt, which means a drive off. An Einfahrt, a drive in, a drive onto. Einfahrt. Well, technically, even the English word shit is derived from the old German word Scheiße and the Low German Plattdeutsch version of it, which is Schiete, and then it came to England. Now, how it warped in England, the UK, no, I don't know that part, Alan. But technically, linguistically, it's originally derived from the German word Scheiße. But I am eager to hear what the English derivation is. But the funny thing is, in Germany, the teacher will announce, okay, in German, okay, you all have homework. And the kids will go, Scheiße. And the teacher ignores it. But if a German kid goes, shit, teacher's like, watch your language. So apparently it's okay to cuss in German, but cussing in English is bad. Using the English cuss word is bad. So a German kid, you'll hear little 7-year-olds, Scheiße, and the teacher just ignores it. But if a 7-year-old German kid goes, oh, shit, the teacher's like, yo, watch our language. I'm like, there's a double standard. Don't you dare cuss in a foreign language. You will cuss in our language. We haven't tried to take over the world twice just for you to cuss in some foreign language, damn you. Billy, take him up behind the school and shoot him. And then ask him to leave the country. I don't think any of my German friends are here right now, so I can get away with that. Yeah, and Leslie, when I'm talking about that, I should be saying Germanic. Because English is a Germanic language, although a lot of people like this. No, it's not, it's from Latin. No, it's been influenced by Latin, badly. But it's a Germanic language. You had 3 Proto-German languages. North Germanic, which is Scandinavian languages. Western Germanic, which is modern German, Dutch, and English. And then you have, also have high and low versions. So there's low Western Germanic. There's Hochdeutsch, high German, and low German. And then there was East German, which is gone. It doesn't really exist anymore. There might be words from it that exist in other places. Store in high transit, okay. Yeah, I had a chemistry professor in high school. We didn't have to do lab for a week when I was in high school because Father Sweeney was doing over Christmas break. He was doing an experiment with 50 pounds of horse manure, and he blew up the lab. So we came back and, gentlemen, we'll be working in the textbook and in the main classroom here for the next couple of weeks because, well, I managed to blow up the lab. He was so funny about it. I managed to blow up the lab. I was doing this experiment with methane gas and horse manure and blah, blah, blah. And I made a boo-boo. And all right, Randall, take care. So, yeah, I mean, we're so hypocritical about words anyhow. And you know what? When I was 12, 13 years old, there was a kid who lived next door to me. He was like 2 years younger. He was like 11. And we'd be playing because my brother was 9, this kid was 11, and I was 12, 13. So he was like in between us, and he was next door. So he was a friend. We hung out together. But even at the age of 11, all of a sudden he'd get up and say, I gotta go wee-wee. Wee-wee? You're 11 years old. You don't go wee-wee. Could you imagine a guy at work? It's Excuse me, Bob, I gotta go wee-wee. Now, having said that, I have a colleague at work that when we do testing, he has to be one of my assistants. I'm in charge, but he's one of the people that sits in the room and helps supervise. He'll need a break, and he will walk up, and he always says this, I have to go to the little boy's room. I have to go to the little boy's room. Dude, you're 45 years old. You don't go to the little boy's room. At least I gotta go to the big boy's room. At least that, come on. But see, that's just it, Leslie. Unless you're talking about a mule, you can't say ass. I mean, you can, but it's considered a bad word. But you can say it on Sunday. You know, you used to go into Sunday school, at least I did, when I was young, before they kicked me out for all the demons I brought with me. They would kick me out. And then what happened in the story? And then Samson beat him with an ass. The jaw of an ass. You're a little too enthusiastic about that, Mr. Dodge. He was swinging that jaw of that ass around, Mrs. Osborne. He was just swinging the jaw of that ass and whooping on those guys and hitting them with that jawbone of an ass. You're a little too enthusiastic about that, Mr. Dodge. Yeah, wait till we get to the story of Jesus in Luke, where it talks about the cock crowed 3 times. Be right back. I have to go wee-wee. Yes, Mrs. Slocum. We were talking about Mrs. Slocum last week, Ray. We were talking about the show there and all the pussy jokes. But, because as a kid, I was amazed at how much more progressive British TV was. The first pair of non-photographed naked breasts I saw was a Monty Python episode in 1974. You know, I had snuck looks at my dad's Playboys by then. I tried to sneak looks in movies, but the first, I don't know if you can call it 3D, but the first live image picture, there was a Monty Python bit called The Boring Life of a Chartered Accountant, and he walks into, this is an episode from 1970, 1971. We were seeing him first in America in 74. And he walks in to buy a newspaper, and this blonde is just sitting there with the biggest pair of breasts you've ever seen. Like, no big deal. I'm like, that's what they really look like. And it was a Monty Python episode, a comedy show from the UK. In America, you couldn't have done that today. Yeah, I'm creeped out when a guy says, I want to go to the little boy's room. There's too many really inappropriate jokes I can make about that. It's, yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah. Because what were they doing in Sodom? They were evil. But what were they doing? They were evil. God smited them. They were evil. And I'm like, now, can you talk about the flood Nova? Yes, the whole world was evil. Poor Mrs. Osborne hated me. The whole world was evil. And I'm like, even the babies? And all the kids in my Sunday school group would be looking at me, what do you mean, baby? If he killed everybody, guys, there were babies there. There were babies. Mommies holding their babies got killed. If only Noah and his family survived, babies got killed. Were the babies evil, Mrs. Osborne? Get out! Get out! I got kicked out of Sunday school so many times. I was way too smart for my age. And my mom, Southern Baptist, the devil's in you. The devil's in you, boy. The devil's in you. Maybe, but he's having a lot of fun. All right, speaking of inappropriate jokes, I think it's about that time. Or maybe not. Today we have episode 16. 2 more episodes after today. 2 more. Peace. 2 more episodes after today, but today we got another one. They're all breaking the 10-minute mark because there's just so much. I don't want to split them in half. I'm finding a point where this is a good point to cut them off, but they're 10, 12 minutes long, and the last 2 are going to be even longer. The last one may come out close to 20 minutes. I don't know. And I've actually toyed with cutting that one in half, but I figure I'll just run it, and if you guys get bored, you can always leave. But the plot is thickening. I don't even remember exactly what happened last episode, and because I'm so focused on the last couple of episodes, because I just got done writing them, and it was hard making certain decisions about characters, and I did change my mind about a couple of characters, but Bobby's been doing his thing, getting the people going. I thought I would take a second. People have asked me, I've actually gotten a couple of emails from viewers asking me, exactly how is this train arranged? Okay. I should have drawn a model of it. I did the map, but I never did a model of the train. There's a locomotive. Now, normally, according to my understanding, you all can correct me, according to my understanding, the baggage car would always follow the tinder, at least in a lot of old American West stuff. And then you would have the second-class passenger cars and then the first-class passenger cars. My train is a little different. Now, first of all, the story specifically said that Matt Clark ordered the baggage car to be put at the end of the train when they stopped at the miners' camp. That he wanted the baggage car put at the end of it. That was brought up in the story. So what you have is there's a cattle car at the front of the train, only because for the plot to work, the cattle car had to be at the front of the train. Normally the cattle car would have been towards the end. But remember, this whole story is a bunch of stupid people, so they put the cattle car in front. And then you have 2 second-class passenger cars, 3 second-class passenger cars, a latrine car, and then 2 first-class passenger cars. So that was the setup, and then you had the baggage car. Now, if you missed, in the last episode, the baggage, well, maybe not. I better not give, just in case I'm thinking, wait, no, is that in today's scene? Anyhow, well, let's get to it. I would like to give you a quick roundup, but everything's happening. In the last episode, the sheriff got taken out. He's out. And I'm trying to think who else got taken out. Moves are being made so fast, it's even hard for me to keep straight. So instead of babbling about it, let's just watch it. Then I'll remember so I don't give any more spoilers than I might have accidentally done. But I know the sheriff because we had the fart joke last week. And other people got moved in. So anyhow, if you're ready, let's go to Matt Clark, Railroad Detective, episode 16. Grab your popcorn.
Five-Finger Bill? Is that you?
Yeah, little beaver. It's me. Bobby sent me.
So what's going on? I'm tired of listening to the slob snore and mutter in his sleep.
Well, D&D and Willie have the engine now. Walter has the sheriff out of commission. I just don't know how we're going to get Matt's girl. Plus, Bobby has me on another mission.
Matt's girl's covered by another friend of ours. What else does Bobby want you to do?
Well, some old bat whooped his backside on the platform, and he wants her to be taken down. I didn't get her name. Tough broad. Looks all high and proper.
That would have to be the new cat house, madame. She's done a lot.
She sure looks like she has.
She is in this car, the last cabin before the door to the security car. So, when does Bobby want this old pervert up in the cattle car?
He'll send Walter down to help you in a few minutes. We're still trying to get a bead on that Detective Clark. He's not staying in any one place for more than a minute.
Well, it's hard to hit a moving target, and he knows Bobby is up to something. Anyhow, the old lady is also the one who was with Matt's gal. But we've got her away from them right now.
At the end of this car, you say? I have to check on the security baggage car anyhow. I don't like adding to the plan at this last minute, but I better see what I can do.
She went to the bathroom with Mississippi. That was over 15 minutes ago. They should have been back. I need you to check on them. I can't bother Matt with this right now. If something's happened, I will never forgive myself.
I will go check, madame. Gay and Cherry can stay here. I can handle this alone.
That's a good deal. Oh, hello there, Mr. Bambino, wasn't it?
Yeah. Are you Donna Lott?
Well, my title is Madame Lot, but we can skip the formalities for now. Is your granddaughter behaving herself?
Yeah. Much better. Thank you. Not sitting very well, though.
Well, I so hated overstepping my bounds, but this little lady needed a firm hand. Children can grow to be quite bad if not shown the airs of their ways firmly and immediately.
She would like to talk to you up in the second-class car, if you don't mind.
Oh, I am dreadfully sorry, Mr. Bambina. I'm rather busy right now with another problem, and I do try to avoid second class when I can.
Oh, I hate to insist, Miss Lott, but I really need you to come see her. She's, very insistent.
Now you need to learn to show her she is a child and you are the boss, Mr. Bambina. This sets a very bad precedent. I'm afraid I cannot come right now.
Well, Miss Lott, technically, she is the boss. And I'm afraid you'll have to come along. Quietly, please. I would hate to have to use this gun.
I see. I take it your little granddaughter is not what she seems to be?
No, ma'am. You made the mistake of whooping on Bobby the Kid, and those who do the kid wrong don't live very long.
Oh, then she, or he, is exactly what they seem to be. This explains a lot.
Now, please, I need you in front. Walk carefully and do not draw attention. I just need to check. Oh, shit!
What's the matter, you ruffian?
The security car. It's gone! It's supposed to be there.
Oh, so it is. I wonder what's happened to it. I suppose if one is going to rob a train, one needs the goods one is after on the train. This seems to put a damper on your whole caper, doesn't it?
Quiet, you old bat, and get moving. Bobby needs to know about this now.
Wow, Mississippi. I never knew there was so much to what you do. So you were a teacher in real life before going into the cat house business? Oh, yes. I went to college and everything. I taught for a few years in school back east. So I changed to working in the cat house. Oh, I make a lot more money this way, and I get more respect. Hey, here you are. Madame Lott's been worried. You need to get back to the cabin. Madame is worried some strange things are about to happen. All right, May. You can tell Madame Lott that we will be there shortly. I just need to wash my hands and take care of something real quick. All right, but don't take too much longer. You know how upset she gets. Indeed I do, May. Run along, dear. We'll be right behind. So you left teaching for more money? Being my own boss? And the boss of others? I like being in charge, but the money is definitely better. I go where the money is. Oh, I see. I have never been too much about the money. Money can't buy happiness, they say. No, but it can buy the things that make you happy. And when I'm offered money, well, I am willing to do business. I guess that does fit into your new profession. So when Bobby the Kid offered me the money to bring you in to help take Matt Clark down, you what? Bobby the Kid? Now be quiet, Nancy, and get moving to the cattle car. It's Lil, damn it! Shut up.
All right, Cog. The boys detached the security car. I'm going up to the engine because I still have not heard from Diesel Dan, and I'm worried. You want me to come and go along with you, Matthew? You sound like you may need help. No. I see Bobby is making his moves. I just wish I knew where he was. He was always slippery, but he is also very hands-on. I really thought he would get on at the camp or right after. Well, me and the boys didn't see anything, and we keep our eyes out. Even Madame Lot has her girls watching. That woman always seems to know what is going on. Yes, she does. She is quite unique. There are so many new variables. I feel I missed something. Now, I know you a few years now, Matt. You trust your instincts. I think you need me to go with you up there. No, I have missed something, which means the moves are coming fast. I am not taking chances. You get those passengers out of that first second-class car and get those cars separated now, then hightail it back to the boys. Okay, Matt. I can do this. You best be careful yourself, Matt.
Bobby, I got the dame here like you asked.
That's Madame to you, sir. Just sit down and be quiet. We don't need a scene with so many onlookers right now.
But Bobby, we got a problem. The security car is not at the end of the train.
What? I don't need any more problems.
Somebody must have released the couplings on the security car. It's not at the end of the train.
Damn it, I just know that's what Matt Clark did. Betty thinks if he releases the car, we will have to go all the way back and get it. What he didn't know is that that's what we were gonna do. All he did was add some miles to how far we'd have to go to get it. It's a pain, but not a big deal.
So, you are the infamous Bobby the Kid.
Yeah, and you made a mistake back there, you old hag.
Yes, I did make a mistake. Had I known it was you, I would have taken out my belt. How is your little bottom?
Shut up, you old bat. What happens to you can be a lot worse if you keep talking.
Well, as you intend on blowing up the train and everyone on it, I doubt you could do worse.
Try me, Buttercup.
Oh, Mr. Kidd, I have dealt with little men before.
Don't call me little.
Well, I am sorry to be short with you, but you are small potatoes to me.
Shut up, you dame.
I see you are also short on patience.
Bill, get her up in the cattle car with the others. Gag her.
All right, now what can I do to help, mate?
Nothing. Just let me cut the speed back. The path starts to narrow, and it goes up sharply here.
It's that rough, is it?
Going uphill is tough. Going through a pass is rough. Going up Nellie's Pass requires a lot of preparation and being slow and steady. You can't push it too hard or fast up Nellie's Pass.
Willie, where's Diesel Dan? He should be up here.
Oh! Hello, Matt. Didn't expect you up here. Diesel Dan went to the latrine car.
Now, I've been by the latrine car, Willie, and I haven't seen him. He was supposed to check in with me. Well, mate, that's what he said. He said he would be back shortly. Dan D, you might want to step away from that big pipe wrench you are eyeing. Willie, are you okay?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Because Mr. Dan D here is working with a crew of outlaws robbing trains. Now, why do you think that, mate? Well, I am a railroad detective, Dan D, and you haven't been too careful. I can smell plots and criminals a mile away. So, you think I'm working with this Bobby the Kid? Well, yes, I did think. But now you've just confirmed it for me. I did. How so? I never mentioned with whom I thought you were working, and yet you mentioned him. And you knew he was little. For someone who claims to be new to the country, that is not a name you would have picked up easily, nor would you have picked up his height. Nobody likes to mention his name or height. So where is he?
Oh, thank you, Matt. He's been holding me at gunpoint, forcing me to run the train until we got to the point where Bobby will hijack it.
Mate, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just heard the name at a saloon, that's all. And yet you just happen to show up, talk yourself onto the train on a day Bobby is planning his move? It adds up to you being a hired gun for him. Again, where is he? And keep those hands up.
Oh, thank you again, Matt. I'm much obliged to you.
Now, I'm as innocent as a young child. Wait a minute. Innocent as a young child? Sheriff Dannon said something about an ugly child getting on board. What's a child doing at a miners' camp? Damn it, that's gotta be him. All right, Dan D, you walk in front and take me to Diesel Dan. I still say you're making a mistake, Mr. Clark.
Hey, detective, I think you have forgotten something.
What's that, Willie?
That I'm in on it, too.
Nice move, Willie. Now, can you handle the locomotive alone here while I get him and Diesel Dan into the cattle car?
Yeah, no problem, Dandy. You just tell Bobby I better get a good cut of the profits, or I will stop this train short if he thinks he's gonna two-time me.
Two more episodes to go. It's quiet on the live chat. Hey, David Cook, how are you? Missed you here earlier. Hey, there is Stuart from St. Mary's. Nice to have you. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, although all the plot twist, again, because I always hated it in movies when you had what we used to call in literature class, Deus ex machina, God from a machine. In other words, just suddenly solved the problem. You know, like, oh, look, I found a gun here, you know. Every plot twist has a hint or it has been foreshadowed. The baggage car, the security car being disconnected was hinted at in the two previous episodes where Matt is saying, remember, boys, I need you to disconnect that about 1 mile, 2 miles out of town, and then go through the trap door at the bottom and get out. So that was hinted at. Even bits with Mississippi taking were hinted at, because in a previous episode they said that they had somebody keeping an eye on Lil. Joyce liked the fact that even with a gun in her face, when Mississippi calls her Nancy, even with a gun in her face, she's like, "It's Lil, damn it!" Gotta keep having, yeah. Next week's episode is wild, and obviously it ends the following episode. Again, I'm happy with how I don't believe in loose threads. And so any little jokes that I put in or little sidetrack bits, they come back into play, and I guess that's my attempt at being clever. That's my attempt to feel like I'm being clever, is to just plant little seeds and then see if you forget them, and then bring them back up later when somebody says, oh, you just made that up. No. Go back to scene 5 and scene 6 and read where that was set up. I don't know, but again, I don't think this one had as much body, well, there was still the body humor. Two things that were kind of special about this. I can't call it a scene because the whole thing, there's a scene in this episode, I'll call it a scene anyhow, that was all Joyce, where I was not involved other than I wrote it, where Joyce did, it was all Joyce. There was no character me doing it. There's that scene where it's may hurt you, Lil McGill, and Mississippi. And that whole scene, that's all Joyce. I'm not doing any of the voices. Joyce was doing that all herself. So that was kind of unique. Joyce was actually kind of, what, you gave me a whole scene to myself? And I'm like, well, you know, a 2-minute segment all to you, where it's just your characters. Somebody did thought Joyce was doing the Madame Lot voice, that Joyce was doing all the women voices. It's like, no, I'm the voice of a couple of the women. Nope, that's me. So there's still a couple of twists to come. And there's still a key character who hasn't been around in a while. But as I was wrapping this up and feeding it back on Joyce and getting her feedback, and asking her what she thought and how she felt about one thing or the other, you know, how did she feel about me doing this or that? And she going, yeah, that works, that's good. I like how you did that here, or whatever. I was really trying to see how well I could tie it all up together, and there's just so many bits, and I want to talk about them. And yeah, now in all fairness, her May Hurtchow voice and her Mississippi voice are not too far off. Joyce, even when Joyce read to the kids, she would do voices, but they would just be I mean, we always do alterations of her voice, but it'd just be her voice a little deeper, a little higher. The kids always, I mean, I don't want to bring up family conflict here, but the kids preferred when I read. Joyce read more to the kids, but they liked it better when I read because I did all the voices. Joyce did most of the reading to the kids. We would read to the kids every night. Key there for young people, read to your children. Grab a book and read. If they see you reading, they'll read. But we read to the kids and we did the voices. So getting Joyce to do voices is fun because she's never tried to do voices. This is the first time I've really gotten her, okay, I need this voice to sound this way, and I need you to try to do this voice this way. And it's easy to keep the voices separate because we record each voice one at a time. Like I come down and I do all of Diesel Dan's voice, then I pause the camera, I do some practices, and then I do all of Matt Clark's voices. I always try to save Mayor Sumbish, or not Mayor Sumbish, I try to save the sheriff and if Walter Down because they're scratchy at the back of the voice box and they actually constrain the throat. And so what happened is because I did a scene that was Walter Down and the sheriff, if you listen to the voices by the end, they kind of got confused because my sheriff voice was getting tired and my Walter Down voice, my throat was just getting tired with both of them. So by the end of Walter Down, doing, because I did the sheriff first, but by the time I started doing Walter Down's voice with that, you know, the sheriff's in the back of the voice. When I do the sheriff, he's back here. And when I do Walter Down, he's more in the front. But by the end, they sounded almost the same. The sheriff's always back here. I start with Yosemite Sam, and then I move it to the back. I move it to the back, so you feel it in the back of the throat in here. And then Walter Down's forward in the voice. You push it, you push the air and the tongue out a little bit further, and you put his voice. Oh my God, that's horrible. No, there will be no crying game surprise. There are, I mean, of course there will be a couple of surprises, but they've all been hinted at. If my friend Mark were still alive, he would be telling me, I know what you're going to do with that character. Anthony, I know what you're going to do with that character. I caught all the hints because he always seemed to know. I know where you're going with that. I know what you're going to do with that character, Anthony. I know what you're doing. You know, I just realized something here. You don't have your lights on, dude. Why don't you have your lights on? I forgot to turn your lights on. That's why. So I have finished writing the ending, but there are a couple of parts in it I'm probably going to go back and modify when I record them. But there are definitely still some interesting surprises. All right, Sparky, go have dinner. Wow, that's an early dinner. Yeah, if you binge watch, some of the clues definitely are in it. Because I don't think today's episode had any big surprises. I mean, Bobby told Five Finger Bill to go get the dame. Yeah, so I don't think this episode... Even Willie, you should have already known Willie was a villain, because when they got to the miners' camp, Diesel Dan's not there, and Willie is clearly lying. Now, you could have argued at that point that maybe D&D is making Willie argue. But still, once Willie betrays and knocks Matt Clark out there, you go, oh, okay, Willie was not coerced. Willie is a full part of it. So I don't think this episode had any meant to be drastic surprises. They were all, quote, hinted at, or not even hinted at, just they were set up in the previous scene. It's 5 p.m. here, Roy. I'm sorry, I grew up where dinner's 6 o'clock, 6 to 7 o'clock. But yes, obviously other people can do it differently, of course. Because, yeah, where I'm at here, it's 4:49. But, so yeah, it's, I had a very hard time in the final, I guess, scenes, the final scenes, making certain decisions. Even how the final confrontation, I knew how the final confrontation was going to happen, but once I got to the point, you know, because in my script I just have, or in my plot line, I say final showdown. So when I go to the final showdown, I'm still thinking, I hadn't exactly decided, okay, I know these characters are going to be there, but exactly what they're going to say and how the showdown occurs, I ran into tricks where I wanted something to happen, but for that to happen, I needed this to happen, but for that to happen, I really needed this to happen here, and so it was like I had to pick one or the other. I had jokes, and it's like, I can't do both jokes. Joyce will tell you, I can't do both. I would go to her, Joyce, I got this joke and I got that joke. I can't do both because it requires two totally separate setups. Which one's funnier? Joyce, which one's funnier? And that's how the last couple of scenes have been. I'm constantly going to Joyce. Joyce, there's two ways I can do this. Because I kept coming down. I wanted to leave ideas open, and I keep going to Joyce. Joyce, which one's funnier? Which one's funnier? So I've been nailing her with that the last 2 weeks. Which one's funnier? Yes, and it is definitely later. Hey, Tom Couples, welcome to my chat. We need to knight you. I now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid Table. And, of course, some people distinguish that dinner's earlier and supper's later, or supper's earlier and dinner's later. In Germany, when we're in Germany, people tend to not really eat dinner till 7:30, 8 o'clock, you know, their evening meal. And usually it's a small meal. They might eat a big meal at 3 to 4 o'clock when everybody comes home from work and school. Or they'll eat a light breakfast, light lunch, and then have a big meal at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. So, yeah, so that's, but yeah, we are nearing the end. I could drag it out. I probably could drag it out. In some ways, I feel like I am rushing the ending now. And then I go, no, you've done 18 episodes. You have not rushed the ending. You were going to do 9. You've done 18. But, I had to make decisions about all the characters. Without giving anything away, I had to decide what happens to each character. And do I leave sequels available, or do I leave what do they call in the comic books? Offshoots, where you introduce a character and then they get their own show. Spin-offs, that's the word I'm looking for, a spin-off. There's one character that you'll get it next episode. God, see, spoilers. God, I so want to talk about it. And Joyce, I ran it by Joyce, and she loves it. She loves what I did. And, oh my God, I can't wait for you guys to see that scene. And the minute I think about it, I want to start going into the voice and doing the character's bit, and I can't. That would be the worst spoiler of all. All right, Paul, thank you for stopping by. Have a good rest of your night and weekend. Have a contest to name the spin-offs. I don't know. I mean, there's several characters that I could do spin-offs with. Or could do spin-offs with, depending on what. I mean, there are characters. Like, I'll start with, most of you that pay attention know Joyce's favorite character is Five Finger Bill. And that's another joke that Joyce is still laughing about that one. We almost insulted some of our friends like Train Freak with that joke, and we decided not to. And I can't tell you until we get to it. But like Five Finger Bill would be a character, like I could even go back in time and Five Finger Bill's career as an outlaw. You could do that one. Because Five Finger Bill is a fun character to create and a voice. He's a villain. And when you first meet Five Finger Bill, he brags, I killed 10 men. Or, no, 12. I've killed 12 men. So, he's not a good guy. And he's played as a doofus in a way, a bit of a doofus. But he's so fun to write because so many jokes lend themselves with him. That is the baggage car. Split Rock, that is the baggage car. And I've asked people, even friends in Germany, because this is a Rheingold, which traveled in Germany. And I've asked, didn't the baggage car traditionally go second, go behind the locomotive in Tinder or whatever? And I have been told they did it both, that it would be at the end of the train, it could be second. And when I got it, the American booklet shows it as the end car. They show it as the end car. I question because you have two first class and two second class cars. And I asked, what was the order? And people said the second class cars tended to be right behind the locomotive because they would get the more smoke and sound and noise. And the first class cars would be further back. Other people said, nope, it was second class, first class, second class. Some people said it was first class and then the second class. So apparently there were a lot of different running orders. So to me, I don't worry about it. Oh God, Kieran, that's still one of my favorite bits. And Joyce will tell you it's still one of her favorite bits. She loves that. She still laughs when she does it because she tries to do Bill's voice when she does it. Anytime that scene comes up, she starts trying to do it. But you killed, I can't do Joyce's voice. But you killed Jimmy Crack. So I said, I'll do it. But you killed Jimmy Crack Corn. I don't care. But that was Jimmy Crack Corn. I don't care. It was the caboose. There you go. It's the caboose. Yeah, it is the baggage car. The Rheingold was sort of a inside Germany, not quite as expensive, but still luxury Orient Express. This particular version was 1920s to 1939. This is 1927, 1939 that they used this locomotive in this, and this is one of the two different paint schemes, liveries. Hello, Jean Ricard. Nice to have you back. You know, because I so fear the rivet counters. That is not how that consist should have been. Like I said, when I mentioned latrine car, I got 2 comments from people on Facebook, on my Facebook page. I got emails, comments from people like, there was no such thing as a latrine car. There is in my world, okay? There's no such, they didn't have latrine cars. Okay, they still don't have latrine cars. I know, that's why if you catch one of the scenes, he says experimental. Do you think it will catch on? But, yeah, I mean, the rivet counters are just, they get so anal about stuff. That train would have never been in that order. And I did get that comment. A baggage car would have never been at the end of a train. A security car would have never been at the end of the train. Well, it was at the end of my train. I am clearly not... you know, with my main trains, I do want proper consists. I want my ICEs to be 8 or 9 cars. I want my ICEs to be the 8 or 9 cars, where you would have you'd have the steering car, the control cab, the front end control cab, 2 first class cars, the restaurant car, the food car, and then all the second class cars with the end control cab, the opposite end control cab. I am about that. The Railjet, I want the cars in the right order. My double-deckers here, let's see if I go to the 11-lane view here. Like this guy. These cars come in one consist. There's a locomotive, 4 double-decker cars, and then a double-decker Steuerwagen, a control cab. You will not see 3, you will not see 7. It is always 5. The German Regio bonds, you can have 3 double-deckers, and then the control car, 4 double-deckers, and then the control car. Sometimes they'll just have 2 double-deckers and no control car if it's a small area. The ICs, the IC1s are anywhere from 7 to 9 cars in a consist, and then the locomotive. The IC2s, the white double-decker guy, let's catch him coming into the, let's catch him real quick. Station view. Oh, he's not quite there yet, but he'll be there shortly. Shortly. But this guy going through the screen right now, that double-decker, those originally were strictly 4 cars, so the locomotive, 4 cars, and then the Steuerwagen, the cab control car at the end, or forward if it's going the other way. So those cars, but now they're doing double consist of them. They're doing like 7 or 8 cars plus a Steuerwagen, but originally it was the locomotive and 5 cars. But they've changed it. They now have done it differently. They're still mostly 4 cars and a control car with the locomotive, but now you'll see double consist. And of course the ICEs have double consist. So you'll either have a 9 or an 8 or a 9 and then a double 9. And those are usually ones that split. Like it'll be an 18-car train until it gets to a certain city, and then 9 cars go that way and 9 cars go that way. We do that a lot when we go to what's the city? Is it Dusseldorf? Where when we get to Dusseldorf, our trains split in half. because one's going to go down one side of the Rhine and the other one's going to go down the other side of the Rhine. And at Dusseldorf is where they'll split it. What's that? What somebody asked? Oh, the 800 IET. Okay, I didn't know if somebody was asking about the ICEs. Because the ICEs are high-speed trains. Somebody call them the German bullet trains. But technically, rivet counter moment, only the Japanese Shinkansen train can be called the bullet train. That's the only one that's the bullet train. Everybody else is strictly a high-speed train. So the ICEs are German high-speed trains, and they can go up to 300 kilometers an hour. So that's about 180 miles an hour, something in there. Scott Rail got new Class 43s.
Hello, Scotland. Would you like some new trains? Here's a few Class 43s we don't need anymore.
And then the Railjet is 8 or 9 cars, counting the Steuerwagen, the control cab. See, I got to remember, I actually know it in German, Steuerwagen, where in English it's the control cab or the cab car. I just call them Steuerwagen. There's the Loco, because even in German it's Loco, Lokomotiv. But I'm really liking my new red single-decker. I mean, obviously a lot of you are fans of the red double-decker. But these new cars, obviously they're new, so that's some of the charm. They're new. But I've wanted this setup for years. And Märklin hadn't released the single height cars in a long, long time. And so I was having trouble finding them, and I wanted to get Märklin. But I wound up getting this ESU set, and then I put the Roco. The N car, the cab control car there, is a Roco cab control. Hey, Jerry, how are you? But that's just the thing. Most of you guys, especially when you're truly into this and different eras like steam, you guys have favorite locomotives or even favorite power cars. I have some favorite trains. I don't have favorite locomotives. I love the Railjet. Does that mean I love the Taurus? I just like the livery of the Railjet. That's why I like it. I like the color. Remember how you make fun of women for that? Well, I'm kind of a woman that way. I like the colors on it. I like the livery of the Railjet. That's why it's so cool to me. Yes, it's a high-speed train, but I just love that color. It strikes me so brilliantly. I love it. Am I like, I love the Taurus locomotive? No, because if you stick a Taurus locomotive in the basic Austrian, the OBB, if you stick it in the basic OBB red, it's a locomotive. Big deal. When it comes to steam locomotives, do I have a favorite? No. I mean, I have two Class 18s. One's an 18.3 and one's an 18.4. I have them because I love the Rheingold locomotives, and I talked myself into getting... I talked myself into getting one steamer. I have two. Because I couldn't decide which one, so I got them both. But again, I'm not suddenly going to have a bunch of steam trains. Those are the only thing I may still do is in the long run, down the line, I may buy some Orient Express cars because I just think the Orient Express cars are just gorgeous. I may buy some Orient Express cars and stick them on the ends of the train. Speaking of Joyce, I need to ask. I never heard her come home. I wonder if Joyce got stuck at work. Because normally she comes down about 5. So people always ask me, and you guys have asked and heard by now, I love the ICE-3s. The ICE-3s and the Austrian Railjet are my favorite trains. But at the same time, this, you know, I love this Czech Railjet too. I love that livery on the locomotive and the cars. Now, do I like it as much as the Austrian version? No, but I still think it's really cool, and that's why I have it. Actually, I bought it before I bought the Austrian one, because I could get that one for much cheaper. But otherwise, I don't really have a favorite locomotive. Now, 3 of my locomotives are Taurus, class 1116 or class 1216, which to me, I can't tell the difference. Voila. Voila. Your fans were wondering where you were. Okay, I was, but they weren't asking. They didn't seem to care. You've lost your popularity. But I do have 3 Taurus, either class 1116 and class 1216, which I can't tell apart. And then I also have 2 class 146-2, another class 146-5, which is still class 146, and then a class 147, which is the slightly, well, quite upgraded version of class 146.
Hi, everybody.
All right, let's get you on camera. Oh. There. Now you're the center of attention on your own camera. And then there you go. It's you.
Okay, it's me.
See, I still try to look at the camera, and then my voice sometimes carries, sometimes doesn't.
Look at your title. So, how is everybody doing?
Your voice is not carrying.
My voice isn't carrying at all.
You got that.
Oh,
If I were sitting in the
that's
back
good.
of your classroom, I'd be going, could you speak up?
Well, I don't have my teaching voice on.
Get your teaching voice on.
Why? I'm not teaching.
You're projecting into a mic. You still
I
got to
am.
do it.
I'm going into the mic. So, well, it was a long week, Ed. I started Monday
you
with
a
a 3-hour meeting after school. 6:15. Yeah, come on, let's go. So, anyway.
Jean, it's mostly German. Because my rule is it's the trains I know.
Yeah.
I don't know American trains.
Trains you ride, yeah.
Germany are the trains I know because they're the trains, as Joyce said, they're the trains I ride.
Right.
I don't ride trains in America.
Well, Anthony's a German teacher, so we have that German connection.
The cats are jerks.
Ah! Yeah, they kind of are.
They've decided that they don't need to pee in the litter box anymore.
Well, yeah, every now and then they'll hit the carpet. And,
Yeah, they keep nailing my new rugs that I put in.
yeah, and Minnie's still puking, so.
And the one cat continues to vomit.
Anyway.
But, again, I do have Czech trains, even though I've never ridden, though, because that was the original rule. Mm-hmm. The original rule was I could only buy models of trains I've ridden on. But the Railjets threw that out the window. But still, I try to keep it conserved to trains we've ridden on. And then I've got the 2 steamers, because I've never ridden on a steamer.
Remember, you like the Austrian trains.
Yes.
And you were trying to decide between the red one or the blue one.
Got them both.
And you ended up with both of them.
Well, the thing is, I wanted the Austrian Railjet, but it was so expensive at the time, that was cost deterrent. But the blue locomotive, which I said, that's really cool too, because that's the Czech one.
Oh, that's the one we rode.
No, we didn't
Yeah.
ride that. We
Yeah.
rode an EC from Dresden to
Oh,
Prague.
yeah, you're right, we
I've
did.
never built the EC, because I keep wanting to do it, and then there's a different
know.
train I want more.
Right.
I've never built the EC we rode on, because nobody makes the locomotive. Pico made the
There is
locomotive 10 years ago.
no lack of the trains you'd like.
No. The other day, I watched a video. I should get to your camera. The other day, I watched a video from a year ago, no, 2 years ago. And I was talking about my 9 trains.
Right.
All 9 of my trains.
We were happy then.
And now I'm like at 20.
We were happier at 9.
Whoa. Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket? Who's we? We were happier?
Yeah.
I thought you were happy if I was happy.
Well, that's true, honey.
Oh. Please, everybody close your eyes. Listen, young lady.
Plandorf?
Who, what?
A Plandorf?
Where, what?
Listen.
Oh, a Plandam. Gotcha. Yeah. No, they do have historical ones. In fact, I probably should post some pictures. When we were in Dresden, the Dresden train station actually has a train museum in it. And they have a lot of these old steamers and electrics in it.
Okay.
Some really sharp ones. I don't know if I could post up the pictures real fast enough.
Oh, you're a newbie.
Welcome, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. Welcome to my little stream, my little moment in the YouTube universe. We need to knight you.
Shall we
I
ask?
now declare you a knight of the Rhomboid Table.
Shall we ask what part of Northern Ohio?
He's Clevelandish area.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, we like Cleveland. We lived there for a little while.
At least I think.
Is that correct? I think it's that.
Well, but he's that way. There's another guy that's from Monroe, Michigan, so
Okay.
we got some close people. Darn, I was just starting to read that and disappeared. Wait, bring that back. Bring that back. What were you saying?
Oh, something about
I can't bring it back.
Oh, I know what I said.
And I thought I had God powers on my channel. Abracadabra,
Oh,
zap!
darn.
Bring that statement back.
Darn. Well, don't forget to hit the like button, gentlemen and ladies.
Yeah, yeah. I think we got as high as 27 at one point, and we're at 20 now.
Yeah, but I'll bet all 20 of them haven't hit the like button.
Well, you tell them, Daisy.
I did.
You gotta give them a little dollop, Daisy.
Give a little dial up and let Daisy.
Here, I'll even put the Daisy picture up.
I had a,
There, quick. Do all the voices.
all of the voices?
Start with Daisy.
I can do Daisy pretty easily.
You gotta get a little more sultry.
A little more sultry. I can do Daisy quite easily.
So, now tell them.
And then, damn it, my name is Lil. It's Lil, damn it.
You got
And then I forget Virginia Snow.
Oh, I know. They run them. They run them on the main lines. We've seen them in Delmenhorst.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah, they
have.
run them on the main lines. They are somewhat expensive, and you got to kind of book in advance.
Yeah, it just hasn't fit in the schedule, really.
Well, let's go back to the trains. Although
So, yeah, kind of funny this morning. I have my students twice a week because we have a standard on listening and talking. They have to do a would you rather. So today it was would you rather be a music star or a God, I'm forgetting what it was. Or an actor. So a musician or an actor. Except it came out with Daisy. Would you rather be a music star or an artist? Something. It was funny. I'm forgetting what it was.
wait, you read
I read it Daisy like. I was laughing and my kids had no idea why I was. Would you rather, was it actor or music? A rock star?
Oh,
or
that would be
actor?
funny to do.
So it was funny because it came out so Daisy like.
finger of God.
He had 120 trains. We know people with 120 trains.
Yeah, we know a couple of people that got a lot of trades.
But we're not going to get 120 trains.
No, probably not. No.
Somebody's
Although what do I have now? I mean, I'd have to start adding it up.
Actually, I said musician too.
Um,
So I'd love to either be a rock star and whip the hair around, or I could be a backup singer like with the Supremes. Holiday. That would be fun. Just a little bit, just a little bit. So you can tell from my acting and Anthony's little play he's doing here that that's not my strong point.
no, you can act. You
Not
do a nice job.
well.
You don't know how to do voices.
Whatever. I don't think I do a good job at all. But
No, you do a fine job. You get the emotions out there. I was telling you about the one scene you were reading.
hell yeah.
That you do a
I'm
good job
reading.
getting the emotions out. It's you don't have a wide range of being able to do character voices. Where we at?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, Roy, I control the bank account mostly.
Yeah, the windmill is one of these things that for 3 years has been waiting for me to fix it because it does work.
Right.
It actually spins and rotates. It's got a bad motor. I just need to fix up the motor. And it's been sitting for about 4 years waiting for me to do it. I bought it used at, like, a guy was going to throw it away, and I picked it up. And he had all the pieces to it. Says it hasn't worked in a while. It probably needs the motor fixed or replaced. That's just one of those 10 million someday things of mine. Yeah, I'd be a musician. I would steal Roger Daltrey's voice, or I'd steal Roger Daltrey's voice
Just
in a
about
second.
anybody would steal Roger Daltrey's voice.
And the sad thing is, most of you have heard me sing. You know how desperately I need it.
Yeah. And he'd like it.
Where did I put the addresses? Did I take it upstairs? Where did I?
Oh, what? All your
It's a,
trains?
yeah. It's a little
Oh.
because I
Don't
can
you-
count my trains on
I'm
there.
sure you have it on your computer.
Maybe I was gonna try to count all the trains now. Because I've got at least
Well,
3
you
trains
got
more I'm getting this year.
3 that
So I'll be up
are-
23 by the end.
You have 3
Hey,
that are being
Steven!
repaired.
Barrel Aged Steven Price is here. Sorry, we had to interrupt you. We have to say hello to Steven.
Quite, you say hello to Stevens. It's quite all right.
And this, see, you started this last week, and now they're still calling you the CEO. You're the CFO.
Yeah, I'm the CFO.
And even then, there are
You
ways
say
to get
so.
around that.
Yeah, the schedule would be horrible, but then acting isn't easy too. That's what my very first group reported out, that I'd be an actor because it's easy. Wow, that just lit up my place where they can write. The chat box, man. They were like, no, it's not. It was funny.
I've got so many trains yet to come.
Yeah, I know.
We got the ICE-4, which any day. They have not changed. They're still saying it will be released in May.
Oh my God! After it was supposed to be released in April, then it
Oh
was
wait,
supposed
that's
to be
who
in
didn't
December.
come in.
Then it
Did he
was
finally come
supposed
in?
to be.
I never saw
Huh.
Chris today. He might have fallen asleep and never woken up. I miss Chris.
Really?
Or is he here and I just didn't see it? Did he pop? I saw somebody say hi, Chris, so I wondered if he was here, but I never saw his name on it.
Well, maybe it's a different Chris.
Is there somebody else named Chris here?
You know how that goes. We have our train name and we have our.
Oh, now he's apologizing. Jean Ricard, it's all fun. It's all good.
Oh yeah. It's all right.
Oh, there it is. So how many trains do I have? It's not been updated. I need to update it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I got 21.
Okay.
I got 21 trains or locomotives.
Do you have something that says who's all here?
No.
Oh, that's a silly.
No, you could go on to something else and it will tell you who's all here.
Silly feature.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
You know, to not have.
So yeah, I gotta update this and print this up.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
you
also
do.
had to change an address, and then I gotta add the address for the control car.
Chris was here. Okay.
I never saw him, and I never said hi to him. Wow, now I really feel bad. I never saw his name here and never said hi to Chris. How did I might feel guilty about that. Oh, there he is. Oh, there it is. I missed it. Right below the 800 stuff. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry.
Well,
That's
he
your own fault for coming in late.
was here. Maybe he's not here anymore.
I didn't say hi to Chris. I feel really bad.
I'll bet
Yeah, I missed his hi where he came in.
I
So
bet he'll get over it.
nobody gets over me not saying hi to them.
Oh. Okay. There's clearly something you haven't been telling me.
Oh, honey, there's lots of things I haven't been telling you.
Yeah, that's the one Joyce doesn't know about, right? Now I pretty much know.
She's the CFO. She
Yeah.
goes and does the bank each night.
What did you buy from your train shop again?
Yeah, if you go back to one of the last songs I did,
And he'll say,
the seventh. Yeah,
I told you I got.
yeah,
Oh,
the
right.
last song, seventh layout redo from Seven Nation
Right.
Army, seventh layout redo.
Yeah.
And the words coming from her mouth say, "What'd you buy now?" That was based in reality.
How many trains do you need?
I hear that one every time I go to buy
It's
one.
like,
Oh, honey, check this out. How many trees? Don't you have enough?
Oh, I think you're running out of places to put them.
No, we had that fight last
And
week.
you only have 8 tracks, and
No. And that can always be altered.
I suppose she's not moving out though.
How does a woman with ADD, ADHD,
HT, don't forget
think-
the H.
think that it would be okay to just keep running the 5 trains over and over and over again?
That's why I'm not in charge of them.
Because you know you would want more. Oh, you need to change this. We need different.
No,
we need
I
different.
would
We need
start
different.
with more. We put them in tunnels and up and down.
You heard that. She would start with more. She would have. You just heard that, ladies and gentlemen. And if you didn't hear it, rewind some other time and come back to this point. She just said no. We would have more.
Just the things, but no, you had to do Delmenhorst, and that locked you into Flatland.
It's yours. Do it. You build it.
I build it faster.
Oh. Oh, hell no. Hell no. You went there 3 different ways. Damn. Ouch. Take thy beak from out my heart. Holy crap, woman.
He's in a basement, Northern. No, this is the basement. This is most of the basement. Stacking yard. How do you do a
Holy-
stacking yard?
They could basically like with the Schottenbahnhof and that. They can go down
I
or
know,
up.
but how do you get
I
around?
got room. I got more room for trains. I've got more shelving space on the wall over there.
Hi, Chris.
See, if I do this, is this camera on here? I forget if this one. Mexico 93. No, that's you. Where's the 930B?
Oh, yeah.
It's not a bad
Matt
picture.
kept wanting to
But
do
if I do
Helix.
this,
Helix is too big.
look at all that space. Look at all that wall space. There are 6 trains on that shelf. I've got more room for shelves above and shelves below, plus my small fiddle yard.
Right.
Uh-oh, I don't like hearing that word.
Go, Lil, damn it, go. What was that?
What?
What didn't you like?
Oh, I heard you going right, like you were agreeing with somebody. Since you were disagreeing with me,
No, I was agreeing with you.
I got
right.
plenty.
All
I got plenty of
that
room,
space.
and there's other walls. There's plenty of room. There's even some space under my table.
I'm not telling him to get more trains in Lil's voice.
And she sure won't do it in daisies.
Or daisies.
No,
Yeah.
I would be at the catalog right now. honey, why don't you get more trains? Honey, you could use a couple more locos.
Honey, I think you
Oh,
go.
before you came down, I said I should buy.
I think you go.
I should buy the
loco.
American. I should buy the American Big Boy, which is the
Why?
American train. You know, it's the big American, because I
Right.
can make the Black Mamba out of it. But that would involve taking a $700 locomotive and messing with it.
Oh,
So
snap.
no, I would buy a used one. I need to buy a used train, like for $50. I need to buy a
really
used
used
locomotive
train.
for $50 and make a Black Mamba.
Wow. So anyway, but no, I'm pretty hands off on this train layout. I give him suggestions occasionally.
No, Jean, you missed it. The basement is the largest room in the house. The basement is half the house. Me taking the basement was the best place I could have taken.
Yeah, probably. I mean, our bedroom is pretty big too.
Yeah, but it's got all those slanted ceilings and it's got the stick out and juts.
Yeah, but that
The
won't be a
basement,
problem with the
our
train.
bedroom isn't any wider than the basement. In fact, the basement's wider.
Probably. Yeah, all right, whatever.
The basement's much wider. So yeah, taking the basement was a win. And understand, this is a climate controlled, Klimaanlage, climate controlled. So yeah, the basement
is.
was the best. It was the biggest room in the house. So think about that. I got the biggest room in the house for my trains. This was not who's in control. This was a win. A win for train enthusiasts everywhere.
Okay, honey. That's a good girl.
Start doing Benny Hill.
Hey.
What? You insult me, but I can't tap your head back.
Yeah, it's physical violence.
It was humor.
Was it?
Physical humor.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
I don't agree.
We all laughed when Benny Hill did it to little Jackie
That's
Wright.
just fine for Benny Hill, but not for Joyce Dodge.
Oh, crap.
What'd you forget?
We have a train stop.
Oh, we do.
Where is the locomotive?
Where that one is the one that's...
No, the cars are here. Where'd he go?
Where'd we lose the loco?
See, you were playing around, and all right,
What track is it on?
hang on. I'm just gonna change him and bring him back.
Oh, he's all the way over there.
Yeah,
He's at the station.
that was probably me horsing around here. I bumped him.
He's very close, slowly coming from the station. Lonely, I will say. I will add he is lonely.
Well, yeah, he dumped the cars
He
here.
lost all his
They-
cars. Yeah, they're sitting here.
Yeah, we caught that. I thought the camera had frozen, but yeah, he disconnected here. I got to bring him back. I probably bumped it when I was standing up playing around. Get back here, you idiot!
Okay, boss.
Get over here. Come on, get around here. Get around. Work speed.
As if your links were working. Oh.
Yeah, the links
I
are
think
working.
so, yeah.
Yeah, the links were working. In fact, if you go back to my live feed, all the links that got.
Slow down.
I was slowing it down.
Okay. Well, you were talking, and I know how you get when you're talking.
Yeah, but I had my hand on the dial.
So we meet again. In Nellie's Pass. Or Cougar's Hole, that was interesting.
Whoop. Sorry, wrong button. Wrong button.
You're missing the security car? No, no. Is it going the right way?
I'm not missing any car. It's got the end car.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
see
going the
right there.
way. Yeah, all right.
Although the end car lost
Oh, that's good.
its light isn't on.
Oh,
Ah.
he's getting fired. Oh, if you say so.
Let me go to this one. Doobie doobie doo, shoo doobie doobie, doobie doobie doo. Where is he? It should be 482 control cab there. I'm gonna pop that off and then pop it back on and see if it's now on. Yep.
Okay, that
Okay.
worked. Good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Just good job.
There we go. Now back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, Wayne Dandy.
Nope. Actually, the Nancy boys are the ones who detached the security car.
That's true. Oh, he's lost again.
Holy cow! What's your major malfunction, dude?
So yeah, no, the links aren't working very well.
What links?
The those things.
Where? Oh, the
Because
couplers.
The couplers, yeah, because he keeps getting he keeps derailing.
What the hell, dude? Well, he's been running fine for 3 hours. He ran
Okay.
fine in testing last night and this morning
Did
as
you
well.
guys enjoy the last episode? What happened in it?
Well, this is where Matt got knocked out at the end.
Right.
What is going on? Why are you derailing? Or
Like-
not derailing,
Yeah. Uncoupling.
uncoupling. What the heck? Dude.
It's a mystery. Might have to tie a little string around him.
You have to do it, drop it. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There he goes again.
yeah. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry, guys.
Oh, he did it again. Yeah, couplings.
He's pushing off. I don't know if this is stuck or.
Good. Brilliant is good. I had
Okay.
my own scene, you know.
Okay.
Good. That's what I want to hear. It's good. Just because of more of me in it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, apparently that's a short coupler because I took out the ESU couplers.
Right.
Because he kept derailing those or
Right.
uncoupling those.
Right.
And I put in the American, but it's a short coupler. And what's happening is when he's hitting these tighter corners,
See, smart girls.
they're,
in the show.
I mean, you can almost see as he's going around the corner here. It wasn't doing it earlier, but
no, it wasn't. It's gotten tired. Or something.
yeah. But as he's going around the corners, the
Yeah, they're spreading.
the
out too
bumpers
far.
are clicking each other and causing it to derail. So let me see if he loses them here again.
Oh wow, almost. Ah, always work.
Yeah. Well, I need to.
So why don't you use fixed couplers?
Well, I could use those. Yeah, those stick couplers, but I don't like those.
He doesn't like them. That's why, John.
No, normally these telex, but it's an ESU car and a Märklin wagon, and there's even though they in Germany they use the standard, so everybody they're supposed to line up properly. There's a little bit of difference, and I changed the couplers out. And put the Märklin couplers in because I don't like the ESU couplers because he was constantly uncoupling. But what's happening is one of the couplers
Yeah,
I put in is
remember
a
that.
short coupler. And there he goes. All right, dude. and they're catching. So I just need to figure it out.
That's 538.
Yeah, it's 5:38.
Turn him off. You can run the other ones. Well, thanks, people. Again, hit that like button. It's like you should probably do a few more. Yeah, cable ties and some
But
hot
yeah,
glue.
he ran 2+ hours today, plus an hour last night without
With-
any problem,
without any
and now all of a
problems,
sudden,
right.
I don't know.
Something jangled loose. He'll
Oh,
fix it.
okay, there it is. Yeah. See, what happens is this starts getting pushed back.
Yeah. I can
Like
see
when they're
that.
going downhill, this gets
Right.
pushed back, and then that causes the coupler.
I see.
That causes this to bump into the couplers on the other vehicle.
I see.
Speaking of which, I need to put his bumpers
I
back
don't think
on.
I'm talking to anybody hitting that like button.
Oh, we're still at 25?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
well. I'm
I've
not gonna-
lost my charm.
I lost my lucky charm. That was a James Bond thing.
Yeah.
We're at 22:25. Cable tie and some hot glue. Just a little bit of super glue will work. It's just, I have Miracle short couplers. I need the regular couplers. I have a couple of short couplers. And what's happening
Right
is,
on. Somebody ran.
just like you guys talk about. Now, this is a radius. This coming through here is radius 2 or 3. I forget. I think that's radius
I don't
3.
think you have anything less than a 3 on here.
Well, there's 2s going into the parking area, and that's a 1 there, a radius 1 there. And then whenever you have, like over there, those are radius 1s coming off.
All right.
Those are radius 1s.
Yeah.
But they don't derail there, because Miracle
No, they
makes all their
don't.
cars to handle their radius 1
Right.
curves.
And you go through there very slowly. too.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's a little weird. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he just got warmed up or something, but I need to get the
Yeah,
Miracle
just got
standard.
bounced
These are the
someplace.
shorts. These are their short couplers. I need to get their regular couplers. I got so many Miracle couplers.
Seems like you could find one then.
Yeah, the problem is they're all the short couplers.
You don't have it.
And
You
I
have
can't
regular
use-
ones?
Now, I can put the ESU ones back on because the ESU ones are a little further apart.
Okay.
But at this stage, since I'm going to be shutting the show down, I'd have to turn everything off, set,
Oh yeah,
pop
you
it.
can do it later. It's okay.
I mean, do you see my? No, not those. Where's the other pair? Oh, they're behind me still. You just come on here and you can see how far it sticks out. And I could turn this into a how-to video. There we go. So out with that coupler.
Ooh, and in with the new. Woo!
But again, but it was having trouble with the,
As I say, that doesn't look any longer. It's really not.
well, if you,
Yeah, okay, really.
it's hard to show you, but yeah, where they both butt
Oh,
in,
wake up.
the bar extends further. Okay, that's what it's all about. See how much further the bar extends? See,
No,
this is
sorry.
the ESU coupler. I guess I'll make the screen big here. Next it goes solo. This is the ESU coupler, and it's got a much longer bar here, telex coupler, and this is the Miracle. And if you hold them where they butt, you can see the EXU. Whoop. Try to get my fingers out of the way. And if I hold them, let me do it this way. If I hold them where they both fit in, you can see the. There we go. You can see the ESU is a little bit longer because this is specifically this is the Miracle short coupler. And I know people that say, "Oh, get some KD 18s, get some KD 21s, blah blah blah." I just leave the couplers on my trains. I mean, Miracle specializes in short couplers. Anyhow, it's an ESU car, Miracle locomotive. I took off the ESU coupler and I did try to put a ESU coupler on that, and it was constantly uncoupling because ESU couplers are not the best. They might be the right length here, but they're very fidgety. very lightweight, and any bump and the bars can just pop right up, and the trains. That's one thing ESU needs to work on. This is their second year of making passenger cars and freight cars. Their couplers are not the best. I used to think Picos were the worst, but
Well, yeah, when you were using them, they sure weren't holding on very well.
and so I tend to convert everything to Miraklin, but unfortunately right now all I got are Miraklin short. Is it in here? Nope. Well, there's a couple of couplers in here.
Those aren't couplers?
I even have spare power couplers. You can see the brass on there.
These are couplers, aren't they?
No, that's just extra
Random pieces
snow
of
plates and
this
random
that,
things
huh?
you glue on if you're doing it as a display train as opposed to a full train.
Random train.
No,
bits.
it's probably in here. Did I throw them in here by mistake? No. I just had them out yesterday. Where did I throw them off?
Well, perhaps you didn't put them away.
Well, away would have been in this drawer where your knee is. That's away.
Right. So are they behind you or something like that?
I don't know. It's a mess. Jerry Sectorelli would be. Yeah, they're there.
I do know you.
Yeah. Well, I know me too. I usually keep it on here. It may not be neat, but yeah. So my bag of couplers.
Bag o' couplers.
Bag of couplers. Power couplers and. But these power couplers are short couplers as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm out of the regular couplers. I need to order more. Ooh, I'll have to buy some stuff.
Oh no. Another Lipa order, huh?
Another Lipa order. Oops,
Oh,
I just threw the wrong
can't
thing
wait
in.
till one of those trains comes in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'll sort this out.
You've
This
got
is
other
not a
trains.
big
You
deal.
don't have to run that guy.
Well, it's just mildly annoying.
Right.
It's mildly
Oh,
annoying.
I have to make.
But he was working fine. He was working fine for 2 hours that I started.
I know.
I started testing them at about 3:10, but I ran them last night and no problems. He was running great because I got the decoder working and the lights working, and so I had him running last night to run them in, and no problem. These guys aren't even watching trains right now. So there. So I had no
Just
problem with
watching
that. I
you
missed.
react.
Yeah.
Fun times, right? Fun
Finish
times.
that.
Well, it's homemade pizza tonight.
Is it? Okay. Everybody's asking fixed couplers. I'm not a big fan of fixed couplers because I do move these trains and take them apart. Fixed couplers make it a little harder to do it. I'm not a big fan of fixed couplers. I know that's... a lot of guys like it, but these trains get moved around and I do take cars off on.
Honey,
Yes.
what did you order from Lipa? Sorry. Just the
Oh.
future.
What did I
That
do with
was
that?
open. Well, not a second one. We're looking for the first one, aren't we? IC4?
For what?
IC4.
We're looking for an ICE4, right?
Right. So not a second one. That's will be the first one.
Although there is a second one, which is the climate, the green one. It's got the green stripe.
Yeah, but we're not getting that one.
No, not yet. No.
Night, Leslie.
Good night, Leslie. So yeah, I just gotta sort this bad boy out and figure out why he's disconnecting. It's not a big deal. Like I said, he was doing just fine for 2 hours and then all of a sudden he started. So it just might be.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I've had my share, and but like I said, it was running fine yesterday, and it ran fine on camera today for 2 hours, and then it stopped.
Just be telling you you're done.
Yeah, it
I
might
was
be.
on camera 2 hours yesterday.
Or well, I tested him yesterday, and then he was on camera for 2 hours today before he started disconnecting,
Right.
uncoupling.
Yeah, that's
We have to use the official
You
language
were
of Zahabi.
on last night.
I'm just trying to find out what I did with that other.
Right. It was a spell.
Cause see, I have. I don't know how well you guys will see that. I have the permanent couplers.
permanent
But
cells.
most days my trains will run well. Every now and then there seems to be a problem, and like Heath, I'll sort it out. This one really was just a. Oh, there it is. See, I thought I threw it in the bag. There's the other.
Just got tired.
Yeah, I don't know. It just gets heated or something, and whatever. But
No. It's not a Pico one.
what's not a Pico?
One you're dealing with.
No, this was a Miraklin locomotive.
Where were the
I'm trying to think.
coaches?
The coaches are ESU.
ESU,
The
right.
coaches are ESU, and the current locomotive is a Miraklin. This is my Jagendorfer collection one.
He's supposed to be driving those trains.
And
he
he's
can't
supposed to
do
be
it.
pulling those cars, although technically the 146 can be pulling them too.
I think he might be strong enough to pull one car.
Yeah, this guy's probably not strong enough to pull them. I'm very
Oh,
Jagendorfer collection,
It's true.
gorgeous locomotive, nicely made, weak,
Yeah,
not a strong puller.
it is weak. Fleischmann, huh?
Oh, hover motion's coming in and throwing in.
I have emotion.
Get the Fleischmann Profi couplers.
Right.
I mean, so much
Steven
detail in
Stefan.
this. Such a beautiful locomotive, but it struggles pulling 5 cars.
Yeah, it wasn't doing it.
I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but I'm not as happy as I would like to be. Now, again, it wasn't my most expensive locomotive, but I've got locomotives that cost this, the same price as this, that pull cars much better. Oh, he's talking the Pico IC4, the Pico one.
No, we're not going to get the Pico.
No, we're not going to get the Pico one, no.
No.
I can't help it, I
I
swear.
understand all right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're running 20 conversations at once.
Not sinking?
But he's a Jagendorfer one. But he didn't even come with couplings. Jagendorfer's like,
Find
get your own couplings.
Get your own couplings.
Get your own damn couplings.
Chalks away is here. Chalks away.
Oh, that's Christopher.
Ah,
Hi, Christopher! And again, hi, Jim from Hover Motion. But
pick a name.
actually, he stayed with this one for a little while now.
Really? Well, what do I know?
I know 2 + 2 is 4. Carson City's the capital of Nevada. But yeah, I will sort that out. And whether I go back to the...
Yeah, it's all right, Ed. I know you were. You've been around enough, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anthony is not going to get the Pico. He is waiting for the Miraklin.
Yeah. I've waited this long, and it's got to be the Miraklin. Okay. So, dude, why, oh why, is you uncoupling? They just all of a sudden, those cars were closer than they were, so I'm trying to figure that out. They suddenly were just closer.
Yeah.
So usually when that happens, it's because this thing is pulled
It's
back.
dropped, yeah.
So you pop it back
Yeah,
in.
go figure.
Oh.
Yeah, the baby was over for a little bit yesterday. He really enjoys Opa Dodge's faces and sounds that he makes.
Yep, even my grandson knows Opa makes the best voices.
For sure. That's not what Oma's doing. Oma cuddles. And
Hey, I cuddle too.
sweet, you do cuddle with him.
Okay. That seems to be a bit out of his track. If everything stops, it's because I stupidly
And her
shut
daughter
it
said
off.
she wasn't going to show him the live feed anytime soon. He was so confused last week when she did. I can hear Opa, but where is he?
Okay, now look, they're further apart again.
And?
Well, I'm just saying that was the problem. That those the hinges, I don't know what they're called, but the parts where you plug in your NEMS couplers, where you plug them in, they get pushed back, and you have to push them back in. And so he was, for whatever reason,
So, he's doing fine. We're really starting to get his personality, I think. So, an
It's a
80s
gorgeous train.
documentary
I love
on
those
a
cars.
UK sub.
but beauty isn't everything. Some people get it all, beauty and brains. Some of us, we had to choose one or the other.
Huh. So anyway, you saw Chuck's away?
Yes.
Okay. Not being shot but still dying. Oh, right. That was
Animal House.
Animal House, yeah. And Animal House was 80s.
There were blanks in that gun. There are blanks in that gun. Holy shit. Alright. Now, are you far? Yeah, okay. And there's. See, I know exactly what's causing it, but why that suddenly happens, why the two hinges back off, I don't know why.
It's holding
But all of a sudden, the locomotive and the car get too close together, and their buffers bump, and that causes the unhinging. It doesn't cause derailment.
Yeah. He pulls his daddy's beard. It's a little longer, isn't it, Chris's?
Chris? Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
Chris grows it, he's
Yeah.
catching here. I don't.
So yeah, the baby.
I don't even have a
baby
beard. I have a
loves beard.
goatee.
That's right. Not much to grab.
I have a goatee.
Plenty of hair for him to grab though.
See, because even that Rheingold locomotive isn't a strong puller. See how he struggles going up the
Yeah.
incline here?
Right.
It's like, dude, come
Yeah,
on.
a little power.
Little horsepower. Probably needs better traction wheels.
Probably.
But it shouldn't
That's what
have to
I
have
thought.
traction wheels, man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing where the UK, a lot of the
Yeah.
trains are getting away from
that's
traction
cute.
wheels. Look at that.
Why?
That's a 480K. Why didn't you change that?
Oh, sorry.
There, look how much clearer you look. You thought it was your glasses.
Yeah, probably. Oh, they're constructing our road, so everything's dusty.
Yeah, everything's dusty. They're rebuilding our road in front of our house.
It'll be nice when they're done.
So,
I
well,
think they
see,
got-
now he's
I think they got around the corner, so we can't see them anymore.
I just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask you guys. I'm not ashamed.
But,
I'll use this as an example. Let's go to Nexi Solo. All right. Well, maybe this isn't the best one to show. Do I have somebody else over here I can show it on? No. Okay. You have obviously where your coupler goes in, and then you have your NEMS socket. Okay, and then these things are, I don't know what you'd call the little bit that's in here, that these things, where's that, oh, right here, never mind. What you would call this right here, that it swivels back and forth, okay? On some of these trains and cars, it gets pushed back, and that shortens the distance between the couplers, and you actually have to go in there and push it forward. That little swivel point. Again, I can grab it here. The little bit that swivels back and forth for going around the corners, that the coupler fits in, the socket the coupler fits in, and then the whole section it's on. I don't know if there's a technical name for that. I'm trying to get a hold of this one, you know, and you know it goes back and forth with the train, and they are supposed to be out a certain distance. And on a couple of these, they get pushed off the little groove they're supposed to be in that they ride along. They get pushed off the groove, and suddenly, normally it causes derailing. So when they go around a curve, the buffers hit, and you get a derailing. But with this, it causes uncoupling.
so. All right, well, I think I should start dinner.
You're gonna start dinner?
It's 6 o'clock.
It is. Oh, it is 6 o'clock. Okay, well, I guess we
Well, I
better
eat
wrap
at
it up
7,
here.
so
Right.
yeah.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Got distracted trying to sort that out. That's one of my things. When I see a problem, I'm just going to keep working on it while you're all sitting there watching whatever. So anyhow, once again, I want to thank you for sharing part of your Friday evening with us. It's always an honor and a pleasure to have so many of you here. Got to make sure I turn everything off before I turn everything off. But it's always great. I know I end these abruptly often, but I lose track of time, and the clock keeper and the chief financial officer. Wait. No. You didn't do it all.
Skip one?
No, you gotta.
All right.
You gotta do that part too. There you go. She's messing with the Central Station 3. Actually, the computer app version of it, but it's still the Central Station 3. She's turning all the lights off and all the. One more step, she'll actually start running the trains. One more step. But you're supposed to make sure all the lights and everything are off when you.
Coupler lock, especially in tight bends.
There, I think that's everything because you got those two and I just did those 4. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the Matt Clark episode. When I post them, if you have any comments, questions, ideas, thoughts, go ahead and leave them. I like to know if you guys are enjoying them or not. I know most of you don't come back.
You're kind of quiet about it, so yeah. A little feedback's nice.
So again, I'm gonna say to everybody until next Friday. Of course, I'll see most of you in somebody's stream somewhere along the way. Yeah, 2 more episodes of Matt Clark and then it's done.
Yeah.
2 more.
It's pretty much done.
It's
so.
done.
Choose.
So we're gonna say Auf Wiedersehen and